Let's talk about the injury report for the Lions. You got some big bodies out. Taylor Decker, you already mentioned, left tackle, starting left tackle. He's going to be out. Dan Skipper in the place for him. Josh Pascal, he is insanely good when it comes to stopping the run. He is out in this game. Levi Onwuzurike, also out in this game. What? We kind of expected those. The one I didn't even want to say, the one that really hurts me, the one that bothers me the most, big DJ Reader in the middle. DJ Reader. He is out.
Yeah.
How do you replace his production?
So that's the easy answer right now is Broderick Martin. You drafted him, you're crafting him, you're molding him to become what DJ Reader is right now. He obviously isn't that, otherwise we'd see him get a lot more snaps. He'd be active for a lot more of these games. However, I just think the sheer size of Broderick Martin is enough to command a double team. And then you have your guy, Lee McNeil, who's played amongst the top 10 of defensive tackles to carry on from there. The real question, Smitty, the hard question, Smitty, and I feel bad even throwing this to you, is who's replacing Josh Pascal?
Josh Pascal is going to be replaced by a menagerie of bodies on the outside. When you look at Muhammad, AQM, he had a great game. He's going to need to have that same impact that he did last week here against the Packers. When you look at a guy in Pat O'Connor, that's a big body. He is a tweener. He's a little fast to play inside. He's a little big to play outside. We know that our guy Terrell Williams loves players like that. Expect to see a lot of Pat O'Connor in this game. Mitchell Agood also brought to the active-inactive list. Maybe you see him out there. Maybe you see a guy in Ukwu out there. You're gonna have a lot of different bodies you need to throw out there. You're not just gonna replace Josh Pascal and what he does when it comes to stopping the run. I've said it multiple times. Josh Pascal might be the best edge rusher when it comes to setting the edge and containing a running back in the NFL. So taking that away is really big, especially when you got a running back like Josh Jacobs on the other side. You know who you really need to step up is your cornerbacks and your linebackers to tackle on the perimeter. We know Carlton Davis is back in this game.
I believe Terrion Arnold amongst the top 5 in tackling quarterbacks according to PFF.
They're both extremely good tacklers. Terrion Arnold, Carlton Davis, expect them to be up in the mix. A lot of man press, obviously, is what Aaron Glenn likes to do. They're going to have to be big when it comes to tackling on the edge.
Yeah, absolutely. And to be honest with you, Spinny, I don't want to be dismissive of the Packers like that, but I fully expect them to be that.
Yes.
That's what they've been all year. They rank amongst the top in the quarterbacks. Literally against the pass, too. That's secondary. Again, once more, to Shea Townsend, hats off, brother. You are absolutely killing it.
Yes.
Terrion Arnold was a hell of a draft pick, by the way, too. I think he's not even reached his full potential. But I'm with you on that one. The front seven is key tonight. And the reason why I think they went Agood this time, Isaac Ukwu has got his opportunities.
Yeah.
Agood, to me,
he's a good player.
Yeah, I really do believe. I think he's more of a edge rusher than he is like a Josh Pascal setting the edge. But as you said, Josh Pascal, I'd rank amongst the best to do it. Not to do it, but this season.
This season, it's hard for if you find an edge rusher who's better at setting the edge than Josh Pascal, let me know. Because it's so impressive what he does.
The proof is in the numbers. The 2 games they didn't have him back-to-back.
Yeah.
The Minnesota Vikings, he left early in. Remember, Aaron Jones went out for 90-something yards. And then 2 consecutive games without him, you saw Tony Pollard, who's good.
Yeah.
I don't think he was top 10.
No.
Go for 90+. And then once more, Josh Jacobs, who we're seeing again tonight, go for 90 yards again. The proof is in the pudding. By the numbers, if Josh Pascal's not in there to set the edge, running backs have a little bit more success against Detroit Lions than we historically know them to have.
Yeah, and another thing that you have to look out for is these linebackers that the Detroit Lions have.
I can't fucking wait for Jamal Adams.
I can't wait for Jamal Adams because he setting the edge, getting out there, making tackles in the open field on running backs or just hitting someone and then letting the defense collapse on him, that's going to be huge. But when I look at David Long Jr. and Jack Campbell, both of them specialize in stopping the run.
Yeah.
Both of them are athletic, fast to the point of attack, and make things happen. So I need David Long Jr. and Jack Campbell to be both all-pro caliber today.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the numbers heading in this one, you would have looked at David Long Jr., and we did actually, and we questioned what he was as a pass coverage linebacker, and the numbers weren't great. However, in the few reps he's had as a Detroit Lions, Vinny, especially coming into the system last minute, I've been thoroughly impressed.
Yes. David Long Jr., this is a guy who had 113 tackles in the NFL last season. He was voted a captain in Tennessee this year coming out of camp. Was it Miami?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
thought it was Tennessee.
He was in Tennessee and he signed Miami.
This year?
Yeah.
No, he played in Miami last year and then signed in Tennessee this year. He had 113 tackles for Miami last year, and then he signed in Tennessee, was voted a captain coming out of camp this year, and then got cut because he had a stretch of bad games. But that is a guy you're not likely to find sitting on a scrap heap. And the Lions did, and they needed him. So he's going to need to step up, and I truly, truly expect him to live up to the task. And again, no disrespect to Alex Anzalone. Thor has been amazing. No disrespect to Malcolm Rodriguez, friend of the show, friend of the network. He's played extremely well. The way Jack Campbell is playing this year, whoever you put next to him is going to go insane. Jack Campbell has been a top 5 linebacker in the NFL this year, and whoever you put next to him is going to have success. You hear the Jared Goff chants going on. We're down here at second best bar in Detroit. This is live, baby. Fuck the Packers. Lions by a million.
That's what I'm saying, man. That's the energy I need. When it comes to linebacker position, man, I think a lot of it has to do less with a middle linebacker and more to do with that defensive line. That's where you're seeing a lot of these injuries, but you still have a guy you just paid top 10 money in Lee McNeil who's going to command and cause havoc. And you still have a guy in Jack Campbell who is playing phenomenally, by the way. A lot of you guys in the chat right now questioning this season. Way too early.
Yeah.
And we say it all the time. Brad Holmes investments, you got to give some time on. Nick, shout out to Nick.
Second best bar in Detroit. You talk about Jack Campbell, and you talked about his leap he's made in his second season. He's been a very good player for this Lions team. Tonight, he's going to have to be a great player, an elite linebacker. With all of the injured players on this defensive line, he's really going to have to come out and be an absolute superstar. A guy that you draft top 20 for a reason. When you're injured, he can step up, stand out. Josh Jacobs and him are going to have a lot of encounters. Jack Campbell has to win every single one of them.
You look at this depleted defense for the Lions. Who you have left, your studs need to be studs in this game. Brian Branch, Kirby Joseph, Aleem McNeil, Jack Campbell, they need to be studs in this game. And I fully expect them to because they've shown it to us all year.
The only thing that makes me question and or nervous about going against Josh Jacobs tonight is the fact that he did it already this year, week 9. But if you want to look at the grand scheme of things, Spinny, the Detroit Lions run defense still ranked top 5 last year. It was a menagerie of partners next to Lee McNeil.
Yes.
It wasn't DJ Reader last year either.
It was Isaiah Bucks.
And Tyson Alau.
Yeah.
It was a makeshift every single time. And guess what, Spinny? You still cashed in a top 5 run defense in the entirety of the league. So that's where I'm at with it, is I have a little bit of confidence there, knowing that last year we didn't know what was going to happen at defensive tackle alongside Lee McNeil, and we still played the run defense well. The only reason why I'm going into question about it is what we saw from week 9.
Yeah. No, I'm saying this because I fucking hate the Packers. The Packers are my most hated football team ever. I hate the Packers. So I'm going to say Lions by a million no matter what.
Yeah.
But the Packers are a good team. Josh Jacobs is a very good running back.
Yes, he is.
So there should be no cause of concern. It's T-minus whatever the fuck from kickoff. We're in Detroit at second best, drinking taller long drinks. I got Sabbath coffee, juiced me up. Shout out Les Stanford. I drove my Les Stanford car down here. I'm going to Uber home. We're ready to go.
Uber everywhere.
Fuck the Packers.
Fuck the Packers. That's what it is, man. All right, we talked about the injuries on the defensive front. Taylor Decker missing this one. Dan Skipper and Nick, how you feeling?
Honestly, this goes down to one thing. The last The last 2 times the Detroit Lions have lost a game. 55 passes from Jared Goff against the Bucs.
Yes.
41 passes against the San Francisco 49ers. You got to keep this total number of passes for Goff under 30 in this game, and you're going to win. Stick to the script. It's Sonic, it's Knuckles, it's hit you in the face football. You can't stop it. Control the clock, especially with our defense being battered, and you're going to win this game against the Packers and send them home packing.
I agree.
Hey, man, I agree. We got to that a little bit in the first segment there. It's not Listen, I love Jared Goff. He has brought this team things I've never seen. He's literally brought my dreams to life. He's been a part of that with the Detroit Lions team. This ain't a Jared Goff game, brother. This is a Sonic and Knuckles game. Pound that rock.
Pound the rock, man. Like I said, 21 of 26 would be perfect for me. 21 of 26. I bet Jared Goff's done that 3 times already this year.
Yeah, miss.